YouTube channel. Hi, I'm Nins, and I really hope you'll stick around by simply hitting the subscribe button that's just down below. It's that simple. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how to install crochet braids. I'm aware there's so many videos on YouTube on how to do that, which is why I'm going to spice this video up. It's going to be more than just you watching me install crochet braids. I'm actually going to be sharing really helpful tips with you guys that I've picked up along the way. Yeah, so do stick around for that. I'm sorry, I keep looking at myself because I know I look hella weird. I know my 5 head is all up in your face, so excuse me for that. That was the only way I could film this intro without giving away what the hair ends up looking like, so you guys are just going to have to bear with me. Yeah, this is how I looked in primary school. This was how I survived my primary school days. If you went to an 844 school, then you know cornrows were the only way you could wear your hair, and it's still the only way you can wear your hair in primary school in Kenya if you go to an 844 school again. So yeah, this was pretty much what I looked like. Well, minus the earrings and the lipstick, this was it. So again, just try and take me seriously throughout this introduction despite the 5 head. Yeah, so as I was saying, I've been doing crochet braids for quite some time. I think the first time I did crochet braids was in 2017, and I've always done my own hair, apart from this one time my friend did it for me. But yeah, I've always done my own hair. I think it was 2017, or was it 2016? I'm not sure, but my cousin can let me know in the comment section because we started doing this together. So Winnie, if you're watching this video, just let me know in the comment section, was it 2016 or 2017? So yeah, which is why I'm saying I'm going to be sharing with you guys all the tips that I've learned along the way, because I've just like sort of just learn on the job basically with anything you're doing. So if you've never done crochet braids on your own, this video is going to be really helpful because it's actually possible to do your own hair. And I'm going to try and share more videos, because the funny thing is, despite the fact that I've been doing this for some time, I've never actually filmed myself doing it. So I figured it's never too late. Might be 2020, everyone now knows how to do their own crochet braids, but it's never too late. So yeah, I hope this video will be helpful and you can save that 500, because I asked the lady that did my cornrows and she told me they charge 500. Before they used to charge 1,000 bob for crochet braids, but they now charge 500. So you can save that 500 and do something else with it by just learning how to do your own hair. So I'm going to share all those tips with you guys, and before I continue blabbering, I think it's time we actually started this video. My 5 head and I are very thankful that you guys have stuck around. So thank you so much for watching. Let's continue the video.
The foundation is basically everything. So when it comes to the cornrows, you need to make sure that if you're the one doing them, or if you're having someone else do them for you, do not make them tight, because if they are tight, then it's going to be really painful when you're trying to get the crochet in between the hair, just to like loop the hair into your natural hair. So make sure that they're not too tight, because it's going to be super painful. So that's a tip to remember. So for this particular tutorial, I'm going to be using 2 packs of Jamaican bounce from the hair company Angels. I believe Sisters also has Jamaican bounce, but honestly it didn't look as good as the one from Angels, so I would highly recommend, if you're going to do this style, then just go in with Angels instead of going with the sister braid, because the results will be way better. It has way better curls than the other one. So the hair goes for about 430 to 450 shillings per pack. So just do your math. So like I said, I'm going to be using 2 packs of this hair, and I'm going to be using it in color number 2. And yes, that's what we're going to be using. And then we're going to use a crochet hook, obviously, because this is a crochet tutorial after all. So those are the 2 things that you need. Those are the 2 important things you need. When it comes to picking hair for your crochet braids, and if you're actually working with curly hair, then you need to be really careful. Pick curly hair that has a texture that's going to be easy to work with, a texture that holds knots, because crochet is all about the knots holding. So for instance, this Jamaican bounce is actually really good because the texture is sort of in between roughness and softness, if I'm making any sense. So this kind of texture works really well. So pay attention to the texture of the hair. If you can touch the hair before buying, well and good, because certain hair doesn't work for crochet because it tends to just unravel. So yeah, pay attention to that. So I've already gone ahead and moisturized my natural hair before, like off camera. I used coconut oil, specifically the parachute coconut oil. I hope you guys know it. So this hair comes in about 12 pieces per pack. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be splitting some of those pieces into about 2 pieces, if not more. That way I have more hair to work with. So my first tip for you guys is, if you're using curly hair, then you should definitely use some type of oil or moisturizer on the hair. That way the hair will maintain its curl pattern when you're splitting it. Plus it makes it way easier to split the hair. My next tip for you guys is, when it comes to the front of your head, you want to use really tiny sections of hair. That will make sure that the hair doesn't have too much weight at the front, that it cuts your edges. So yeah, use really tiny sections of braiding hair at the front, and also use the knotless method. Number one, the knots will not show, and number two, it will ensure that the hair lays way better, way flatter, and it looks way more professionally done. So how you pull off the knotless method is, after you've looped the hair into the section of into your natural hair, what you do is you twist the hair twice, and then you will pull one length of the braiding hair through that loop, and that will be pretty much it. So just watch what I'm doing basically. You will notice that I'm making the pieces bigger as I go. The further down the line, the bigger the piece of hair that I'm using. So at some point I'm actually using the full strand of hair instead of splitting it into two or into smaller sections. I'm also diversifying the ways of knotting the hair. From using knotless method, I'm also just using other methods that I have no idea what to call them. But yeah, so basically as you go, you can just switch things up with the length of the hair and with the way you knot the hair. So yeah. Another tip I'd like to give you guys is to create volume. This hair is all about, the beauty in this kind of hair is all about volume, or any hair actually. It's all about the volume. So to create volume when it comes to crochet hair, you need to focus on the crown of your head, which is what I'm trying to show you guys. in this particular clip. So that area is what we call the crown of your, so don't space it out too much. Yeah, so just go full hands on with the amount of hair you use on this section. That is what is going to create a really nice full head of hair. So my final tip for you guys is do not leave this hair in for too long, because the longer it stays in, the more likely it is to break your hairline. So don't go past 3 to 4 weeks at the most.
Okay. So before we get to the outro, I just want to say disclaimer. I'm shooting this outro like a week later, so I've had this hair in for about a week. So the day I was shooting the video, when I was done, I don't know, I was kind of feeling tired, so I didn't end up shooting the outro, and I was like, I'm just gonna do it tomorrow. And tomorrow turned into a week later, so just excuse me guys for that. So what we're going to do is we're now going to move on to the outro that has been shot a week later, so the hair doesn't look the same as it did when it was fresh. You're just gonna have to forgive me for that, but with that said, let's go ahead and do the proper outro for this video. And thank you so much for watching. I hope the tips I've shared on here will be helpful to you guys along the way. If you have any more additional tips that you'd like to leave, just leave them down below in the comment section. If there's any crochet hair that you'd like to see me do, then kindly leave it down below, because I'm always looking for suggestions on hair that I could try. So yeah, just leave the comments in the comment section, and kindly subscribe if you haven't. And with that, I think we can now just do the proper outro for this video. So move on to the outro.